Crypto market is again telling you something. If you are not disciplined, the market is going to squash you. The price action shows what we discussed in last video. Remember, we reiterated the fact that the price action is showing you something. And right now we are watching just that happening. But what's more important? It is the trend, it is the price structure formation. So when you are on Bitcoin, you see this trend line. Fine. Okay, what does that mean? We held on to that trend line for a long period of time. Then the price action turned bearish. You broke below that. But right now, we are at a point where the price just barely came above that. Remember, the moving average is below, so it's acting as a support on a short term. Now we are retesting that area. So if you can hold this level, it is going to be something to watch. But on the other side, Bitcoin dominance is showing you this. What does that really mean for altcoins? That's an important question you should ask. And when you're in the market looking at all of this, you are watching things like this. This asset just went up 45% for the day. And we had the thought process when the price was going up. Now, we were in here, we rode it to the top. That's a different story. But we shared the thought process of, guys, watch this. If it's me, I'm looking for this opportunity. What happens? The price pops. What does that mean? When the price pops, if you're already in, you are there. You are taking profits. And that's one of the reasons why the SI family is the most well-educated crypto family in this world. Right now, when you're in the market and you're looking at a lot of these different assets slowly starting to bounce back up, you need to actually think about this. Opportunities are in the market if you look for them at the right place. You need to know where to look for. That's a different story. And if you want support for that, join the SI family. 980 plus members are taking benefit of my charts. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. We went through a lot of this, especially today when the price was down. I was showing you guys, look at the BTC order flow. I was staring at it for 15 minutes to see which side is dominant, who is aggressive in buying, right? We were going through that. We wanted to see whether this bears are kind of, sucking in all the buyers, or is it the other side around? Who is more aggressive? Who want to get it to the market price? Who's now waiting for the price to come close to them? So that's aggressiveness in the market. Now I was like, whoa. We are literally staying there for some time. Sometimes it was 11 BTC, sometimes it was 31 BTC. So you are literally watching, like on the other end, the amount of BTC was really small. And whenever it comes something decent, it used to be buying power. I'm like, okay, that shows like at least as of now, you have some buying power entering the market. And that's kind of visible in Bitcoin. Now, the trouble is, where are we with XRP? This is trend lines, which is super important for us. One is a long-term trend line, The other one is kind of medium to long-term. It's not small. It still starts all the way from December 2022. So that still is a long one. Now we are below that trend line. We want to see the price action breaking back above this particular trend line, which is like 0.55. But we do have this pattern as we talked yesterday, and then we do have a trend line formation as a resistance here. Can we break this at least this time, right? At least. Can we break this? Do you think we are going to get a lot of buyers to break this resistance this time around? So for that, what we'll have to do is slowly step back, look at the macro, understand where we are. Do we have enough strength coming into the market? Are we watching any divergence in the market? And the weekly chart kind of give that clear to us. It says, okay, the price is trending still up. It's not going down, not making a lower low. Yes, it got a lower high, but that happens to be a retest of this range. And at the same time, RSI argues that it's a hidden bullish divergence. So macro chart gives you this story. Now, you're like, fine. I understand that. What exactly is the short-term chart showing us? Do we have anything bullish? I'm like, yeah, fine. On a short-term basis, when you're zoomed on, a 4-hour chart shows you this. Look at the price action. This is your one high, swing high, the one before. So you're consistently making lower highs. That's not a great deal, but something kind of changed here. You literally were making the same in the RSI as well. But suddenly, here we go, you have a double bottom pattern coming in, RSI making a new swing high, breaking that trend line. So on a 4-hour chart, you do have this trend line, you broke that to the upside. That's like, okay, someone is trying to push the price up, or at least they are buying more at this point. But for the price action to confirm this, what are we looking at? We have few overhead resistance, to be frank. You take this from this top, connect it all the way down. You're like, okay, fine. So the price literally have to break through 0.65 to give us a huge bullish signal. What's the first one? Again, you have this one, 0.55 region. And what's the micro level like? That's what we just broke with this. Fine. Now, again, keep it simple. Remove that. Go on to a 12-hour chart, which is a higher time frame structure than this. Are we forming a higher high on the swing high side here? As of now, no. XRP does, now not only XRP, most of the assets does this structure. So if we do this micro 3-wave structure and we do make a local swing high here, that's something good, positive to watch for. But when we go back in the XRP price action, we usually see these kind of, flush, and then that micro structure breaking to the upside. So the 1, 2, 3, and then you come back down, right? You retest that bottom, make sure there is enough buyers there, and then it goes to break to the upside. So are we going to do something similar? I don't know. But as of now, with the recent flush, you're still waiting to see macro money entering this range. Yes, it is true that on a 12-hour chart, just breaking that daily chart down, you now have some level of strength showing I need to break higher. And this trend line comes all the way back from November. So it's literally like, okay, 3 months, oh, fine. It's a medium-term trend line coming in there. If we break that to the upside, we may actually see some movement in the price action. Last time, we had something like this. We broke through that. We saw the price action coming in. Again, it was a little bit slow. The price action did show you this, and then it went further. So we have all the signals for XRP here. But when you look at Bitcoin or other crypto asset, most of them, you don't actually see the price showing you something and then doing something else. Being honest, that's what you actually see in XRP, right? You get a bullish engulfing candle, the next day it's getting invalidated. I'm like, whoa. So for XRP to get that bullish news, you're looking for the weekly to monthly chart. Literally, you need to see something happening on the weekly like this. A bullish engulfing here, that works. A bullish engulfing here, that works. You're going to get some push to the upside, but it should be on the weekly. That's the trouble with the XRP as an asset. On the other side, Bitcoin does the same with the daily. It will move up. 3-day, it will move much higher. So there is a difference in the market where you're looking at different assets. And that's one of the reasons why we break through a ton of different crypto assets so you know which opportunities exist in the market. You get to see what type of assets are showing you what type of opportunities. Right? That's where I say if you want to join them, use the link to reach the Patreon. It's in the description below in YouTube or in the bio on Twitter. So guys, again, if you haven't smashed that like button yet, please consider doing that. Now, we'll actually jump on to the other side of this. Is this possible? Okay, so you are literally watching that. If the price can actually reach a little bit above 46K, you'll actually see a lot of people getting invalidated, liquidated. What do you think the giants in the market like Fidelity, like Vanguard, like BlackRock would like to do, would love to do? That's something you need to consider. If that region of giants are looking to loot, whether it's the whales of the crypto market or the retail, they would like to do that. So this is a big number being sucked into the new ETFs. So the net positive flows on Friday was this. That's not a bad deal. So now you're looking at the spot price and the ETF version of that. And we're like, okay, that shows there is a lot of buying power entering on the spot side of the market. More people want to buy this. But at the same time, you do see some of them trying to short the heck out of this asset. And that's where you see, fine, if the price can actually move that way, it's going to be really interesting. So question is, are we going to see something like that? You go on a weekly chart, you want to get a little bit more confirmation, you want to see something better, you want some more clarity. Not that line, that was a mistake. Now, you come here, you're zooming in, you're like, okay, this mother candle is still valid. We've been talking about that from some time. And we saw the price barely dipping below that and coming back up. Now, if you are an extreme bull, a perma bull in this market, what you really want to see is in next 24 hours, you come break this level, say 43,000, which is, say, this candle, the bearish candle. And if you can invalidate at least 50% of that bearish momentum here, that's going to be something to watch. You can explain this with the price action and the volume. Say, for example, you had this amount of selling volume and the price kind of, squashed all the bulls. The next day, you got somewhat decent, to be frank, decent selling power entering the market. You can see this, right? But what did the price do? It tried coming back down to this point, but the buyers came back up. They pushed the price back up. So even though there was a lot of selling volume dominated on that week, you saw that the bulls came back and bought them. Fine. Now, with a little bit more volume in terms of the buying strength, the price went from 38,500 region all the way to current price where it is. So from 38,500, you're going close to 42,500. That means there is enough buying power, and some of these whales who are on the other side of the equation, sellers, they know if there is another volume coming up here, they're gonna get squashed. Boom. And that's gonna create a liquidity to the upside. But what's more interesting for us here is this: Bitcoin dominance. Maybe we are wrong, maybe we are correct, but as of now, it seems like we were almost spot on, right? And that's why the SI family gets all of the benefit. A few days back, I was giving you this. Watch, guys. There's a possibility that you may actually go higher. This is going to go to the upside. So 5 days back, then we saw what happened in the market. Then what happens? Yeah, we get to see that. So we had the thought process of watch for this, right? This range is going to be important. As we started moving up, we were like, okay, this is the macro, this is the retest. If you do retest and get rejected here, that's ultra bullish for altcoin market. Now, what if I'm wrong, right? What if it goes the other side? That's the worst case scenario where you're going up to 53, a little bit up, a little bit down, but you're still here, right? The RSI is showing you that. The price structure is showing you that. But again, what if I'm wrong? There is another pattern. What's the odds for this pattern? Maybe it's this 40%. Maybe the other one we've been discussing for some time, the reversal structure, head and shoulder, has more odds. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's the way I'm watching the market. Okay, there is a channel for sure, but I think the odds for this channel is like 40%. But for that of that head and shoulder reversal, that's a little bit higher, 60%. If that's true, you will not actually see this going up. Rather, you'll actually see this going down while Bitcoin still holds on and consolidate in that range. That means you're going to see more and more altcoins doing this action drama popping through. For sure, You'll see some of them in the first 100, a lot of them in the next 100, the next 100, the next 100. You literally watch a lot of these assets playing out good numbers in next 2 weeks. So are you positioned well enough for such a scenario where the new wave up for the alt market is happening? If you want to take advantage of that, think about joining the SI family. Now, if you haven't smashed that like button yet, kindly do that. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.